What exactly is the disease to please? Why do you need to put everyone else before you all the time? Why do you think you're not worthy enough? Why do you continue pleasing others even when you know it's not for your highest good? You are here for a reason, and the reason is not to bow down to everyone else around you. The reason is to support you and to love you and to make yourself the most important person. You come first. It's time to figure out who you are and let that come into your awareness and embrace your magnificence. Welcome to my channel. This is Susan Saucier, your spiritual life coach, and today we are talking about the disease to please. So what exactly is the disease to please? Well, the disease to please is sometimes referred to as codependency, and it is basically the type of person who really enjoys helping others, always there to be of service to others, and is usually the type of person who is wanting to keep the peace and putting themselves last and making sure everyone else is taken care of first. So if you think you fall in this category, then this message is for you. During my meditation, I had come to the conclusion that it was necessary for me to bring this topic forward. I was given a beautiful poem through my meditation, and I want to share it with you. And I realized when I read it back that it basically referred to the disease to please and codependency and helping others and forgetting about yourself, but knowing at some point that it's time to put yourself first. Now, with some people, putting yourself first makes them feel uncomfortable because we're not used to that, number one. And number two, it makes you feel selfish. Sometimes we're brought up in that world where we're told we're selfish if we're doing things for ourselves, even at a young age. So it's important at this point in your life, if you find that you are that person giving and caring for everyone around you, even though you're exhausted, even though you may be sick, even though you had plans, but you gave them up because this person needed you or that person needed you, it's time to stop. It's time to realize that this is a cycle that will not end until you put an end to it. So remember that when you decide to take on that role, it becomes a habit. It's what you know. Why do you do it? A lot of times it has to do with feeling needed, feeling wanted. It makes us feel worthy when people need us. Sometimes they appreciate it and they will say that. Other times they take it for granted and they expect more and more and more. You might ask yourself why you keep attracting the same type of people in your life who are constantly pulling at your energy. I like to refer to these as energy vampires. The type of person that you could be talking to on the phone, and every time they are going to complain. They're going to talk about everything in their life that's miserable, and they're going to go on and on, barely letting you speak, but you're such a good listener, so they're going to keep on going. And the next thing you know, when you hang up the phone, they are feeling so much better, and you are feeling drained. That is energy vampire at its best. Now, if you are wanting to change, wanting to come into your awareness, want to awaken to the new you, and you're tired of living the life where you are everyone else's doormat, and I hate to refer to it that way, but I can say that because I myself have been there. So to make that change, the first step is having to recognize it, having to own it, having to be aware that you are doing things for everyone around you, putting yourself last, and then you get aggravated because you can't accomplish what you wanted just for your personal self. So if you want to continue down that road, you have my blessing. But if you want to change, I am hoping that I can give you some feedback and some ideas to guide you. I know working with my spirit team and my meditation, I have received many insights that have guided me and helped me along the way. and I'd like to share them with you. So that being said, I was directed to look up codependency and what it really meant, because I never thought of someone who had the disease to please was someone who was codependent. I, for some reason, did not link the two together. But I have found out that's exactly what it is. And a lot of times people think codependency is someone who has these major addictions, and that's what they're very needy and so forth. And there are some concepts to that, but reality is the codependency I'm talking about is that person who always wants to give everything to keep the peace, to make everyone happy at whatever cost. Even if it's their health, they will still do whatever they can to make sure everyone is taken care of. I happened to stumble upon Rosenberg, and I will put his link in the description box below. And I find that a lot of his YouTube videos are quite informative, and he also has an amazing book out. And he also has lived this life himself. So he has the experience to be able to contribute to this problem and help people heal and help people find themselves. So I highly recommend him as a very good source. So that being said, let's go back to you and how we can heal you and what we can do to help. I want you to just focus on setting those boundaries. Boundaries are not easy. I get it. They're probably one of the most difficult things you're going to find that you need to do in order to gain your power back. Boundaries basically can mean saying no. No, I can't do that right now. And if you have trouble saying no, you might find a different way to do it. In other words, you might say, I'm sorry, but I have plans that I just cannot change today. And you have to stick to that, and you cannot budge. You cannot be manipulated back into guilt to make you go into this cycle of disease to please again. So this is going to be your biggest step. And once you can get the boundaries set and stick to them, and it's okay if you mess up here and there, believe me, we all do. You just get back on and you say, the next time, that's it. I'm going to make sure I set that boundary and I stick to it, because believe me, it's going to come around again. Once you do this and you are firm, you will notice that the person or people in your life that you're setting boundaries with will begin to perhaps make you feel that they need you even more. They're really wanting your sympathy and your attention. And when they can't get that, then they're going to manipulate even more. And then if that doesn't work, then they're going to try to turn people against you. This is a typical behavior of those who are pulling from someone who's codependent and has the disease to please. Usually, most times, that's why you attract the same people in your life. It's like a magnet. You're out there without even, if you're not thinking about it and you're not aware that you have this need to please everyone, then that magnet is searching for someone to please. And so those people who are very needy, a lot of times they may be a narcissist or borderline personality or someone who has other issues, bipolar. They are going to be the ones that slowly find their way to you because of that magnet. It's like Rosenberg actually refers to it as the perfect dance, because it's one meeting the other and they're serving each other. But it is a toxic relationship either way. Now, to move forward, once you're setting the boundaries, once they're firm and in place, and even if they start trying to turn people against you, this is where you have to stand strong, and you're going to be amazed how you can find your inner strength. Because after all, you're going to have more of that inner strength and energy because you're no longer giving it away to them. I'll repeat that. Once the time has come when you're setting those boundaries and you're staying firm, and you might think you're going to be scared when you think about it now, but you will have the energy and the confidence and the belief in yourself that you need at that point, because you're no longer giving it away to everyone else. And this is your first step in finding who you are. A lot of times people who have the disease to please get lost in their identity. They've become someone they don't even recognize because they've lost their identity because they've given it to everyone else. So it's time to find who you are, to love who you are, to own who you are. The first step belongs to you, setting those boundaries. And then the second step, once you have done that, is learning how to love yourself, learning to know who you are with this new identity, and learning what your story is now without all these people needing you all the time, and how you're going to occupy yourself with things that you can do to fulfill yourself and to fulfill your destiny. The time is now. I'm sure you don't want to be doing the same thing a year from now, 5 years from now, even 10 years from now. Start your change today. During my meditation, the poem I received is called Learning to Love Me More. As I allow myself to open the secret door to my heart, I can see how much I've given and feel what's broken apart. Today I am ready to stand on my own at the expense of feeling scared and very much alone. You no longer have control over me. I refuse to deal with your insanity of what you think life should be. I will not play your games with your two-faced ways of hurting me and calling me names. I trusted you and you let me down. Alone again, no love to be found. No longer will I allow you to touch that delicate side of me with your secrets and lack of truth, filling me with guilt and attacking so deep. I may seem weak in your eyes, but that's because I'm used to your lies. The guilt and shame have left a scar. I've worked hard to move them afar. Even though you appear to get your way, I am learning to survive by living day by day. I work hard to keep you from stabbing my heart, messing with my head and breaking me apart. Even when I give all that I have, it's never enough for you. I'm finally realizing it never will be, and that is true. My need to please has been greater than my need to feel. As long as I rescue you, then I don't have to rescue me. But now I realize it's time to heal, and it's important for me to feel. I am worthy, and I am enough. If that means walking away, then tough. Know that I will always love you, but today I am learning to love me more. And now here are your cards that I have pulled for the week. And your angel message is trustworthy guidance. You've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers. This idea is real and trustworthy, and you can safely move forward with it, knowing that we are with you every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. That's a wonderful message from your angels, letting you know that they're there for your support. And your color of the week is burgundy. Burgundy connects to your passion and enthusiasm for life, and it leads you to your life purpose and makes your dreams a reality. So burgundy is also something that will energize you when you're feeling down, and it helps to show you your path when you're feeling lost. Burgundy is here to awaken your passion for this week. So spend some time connecting to what your passion is. Maybe write down some things you love to do. Pay attention to what you feel, what makes you happy. and see how you can make that become your reality. Wear something burgundy is also a good thing to remind you to stay in that energy. It will energize you and it will help you connect to what your passion is. The prayer that comes with the color burgundy is, Divine Intelligence, please allow me to awaken my intuition, my passion, and love for life so that I can fulfill my extraordinary potential. And what you need to know this week is to forgive yourself. A lot of times we get lost in the concept of thinking that forgiveness is something we need to work on for other people. There's a lot of times we need to forgive ourselves because we beat ourselves up in our mind for things we didn't do or could have done better, or why did I stay in this situation so long? Why did I stay in that job that made me miserable so long? Why did I do this and that? So this is a time to forgive yourself. This is an important week to do that because we are starting new things. We are releasing the old. Forgive yourself for the things that you feel you could have done differently, and don't beat yourself up over it anymore. It's time to let it go. Forgiving yourself is a huge step. And your spirit animal is the condor. You're too enmeshed in a situation. So step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. There are times when we can just get so involved in a situation that we can't even see the clear picture. There's a lot of opportunities that are coming up. April feels like a really busy month with lots of things going on and lots of new beginnings. But we are at a road where we need to decide which way we want to go. What's our passion? What do we feel makes us happy? And also letting go of what we don't want to take with us and honoring who we are. Staying strong in our identity. So to step back from any situation that is making you feel overwhelmed before you make any decisions. Because this week ahead, you might find yourself thinking one thing on Monday, and by Friday or Saturday, you might have a whole different outcome or a whole different decision you're deciding to make for your future. So just be open, feel into your heart, stick to what you know is best for you. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Remember, think of you and love yourself first. Namaste.